Node 564560 connected to Node 564562. Node 36700028 connected to Node 564560. Node 32 9, 0.
Good evening, this is the Western Washington
9. Connected to node 5, 6, 4, 5,
I am
6,
the West
0.
Western Washington Amateur
is a
Television
group
Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airwaves with digital amateur television
VB
in the DVB-T format. We transmit on 70 centimeters to a crossband repeater at Cougar Mountain,
at 1.2 gig.
1.2 gigahertz.
More about our group, please.
About our group, please Google WW7 ATS. That's Google WW7 ATS.
Yeah.
That will take you to the internet homepage. There you'll see the exact frequencies we transmit and receive on. And
Find a link where we stream our nets held Wednesday
held Wednesdays and
between 8 and 9 o'clock.
between 8 and 9 o'clock.
Simulcast
We simulcast our audio
on the
on the WWATS repeater 147.08 with a tone of 103.5. So with that, I'll pause in case anybody has emergency traffic contact before our net gets fully underway. Welcome back to the Western
Amateur Television.
Amateur Television Society. Net also
in already.
in already is Ron, KD7QKU,
Lee N.
Lee, N7KC,
Bob
Bob, K9PQ, Richard,
7I.
ITX, Jim, N7QO in Covington, James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue, and myself, Dave, KD7Z.
Is anybody else?
Or is anybody else wishing to check in? Hearing none, we'll start off the net with Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, as soon as my picture comes up, I see Dave. I don't know. Dave, are you still transmitting? Maybe not. I see myself kind of behind Dave. So anyway, all right. Well, good evening, everyone. KD7QKU here in North Tacoma. Well, let's see. What have I been doing? Last night was our Joanne's sister and brother-in-law's 61st wedding anniversary, so we went over there last night. Small group. Visited with the people. Had what was it? Cake, I guess. I'm trying to think of the kind of cake. I can't remember. It was cheesecake, I guess. It was cheesecake. Pretty good. And lots of cookies and ice cream and coffee. And I visited with Joanne's niece's son, Eli. He's about 18. He works at the airport, SeaTac Airport. He handles baggage. He helps put the baggage in the hull of the airplane. So anyway, he was off. It was his day off, so he was there. He had bought a different car trailer. They have a car trailer, but I guess it's kind of narrow. He wanted a wider one. So he bought one that's 8 foot wide. It didn't have a deck on it. And he got it quite reasonable. He wants to be able to haul, large pickup with big tires. So apparently the one they had, you couldn't do that. It wasn't quite wide enough, so he had to go retrieve a pickup someplace, and then he had to make another trip to get different tires and wheels, and he had to take all the tires and wheels off before he could load it. So he didn't like that. He had to go quite a ways, I think. So anyway, he wanted to get a wider one, and so there's a friend. They're the ones that are out at the airport, and so there's a friend out at the airport, Mike, and he's older. He's semi-retired. Anyway, he's going to put in some extra bracing and and make it stronger, and then Eli's going to put a 2x6 deck on it. So I don't know. So anyway, and then I sat there and I watched on my phone. I watched the ladies' ice hockey game. You know, we have a professional ice hockey game in Seattle. What do they call them? Torrent. I can't remember the name of them for sure. So anyway, for now, that's it. Back to net, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks for that. Let's go to Lee, N7KC in Port Angeles.
Okay, there I see my my call sign come up, and there's the video. Oh, very good. This is Lee in 7KC in Port Angeles. First off, let me establish: am I coming through okay? You guys hear me okay? Okay, all right. Well, very good. Well, of course, I'm not using anything but the stream here. I've got one computer going on Discord, and then I have my laptop, which has got the OBS going, and I'm watching the stream there. And I've got I got the one photo up here for the Indian head, which I just popped up here. Should show up pretty quick. There it is. Anyway, not a lot to report here. Still, we haven't had any rain the last few days, so it's still pretty dry. But we're not in any danger. The river is up around 1,200 cubic feet per second. So it's made a nice improvement here. And someplace up in the Olympics, the headwaters of the Elwha are up near Mount Olympus. So either what snows up there is melting now, or they're getting rain up in that neck of the woods. I don't know. I'm interested, Bob, in details on. I know that you've got a renter now. Somebody signed a lease. So I'm wondering just how you're going to do this now, as far as locating another place to live. And Dave, for some reason there. Now, when he called me this time, his audio seemed normal on the stream, but before that, it was really, really low. And Ron seemed to be consistently good clear across there. Okay, I don't have much else to report here right now. Just kicking back here this weekend. So back to you, Dave. This is N7KC Lee in Port Angeles. Go ahead.
What say
you?
Okay, well, first of all, this is the first time I decided to try using Discord on my computer at the same time as doing Echolink through my phone, and it seems to be working fine. The concern is the internet from the computer goes through my phone. My phone is acting as a hotspot, so it can be a bit of a bottleneck, but it seems like it's all working fine. I could not do OBS, and when I knew I was going to use my headset here only through Echolink, I thought, well, there's no point in doing Discord, but I can do the video, and it's working, so I'm happy. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm still at Kitsap Memorial State Park. I hate to admit it, but I haven't really got out and around and looked much. I'll tell you, I think I'm certainly in week 9, maybe in week 10 on this journey I'm taking, and I'm kind of ready for it to be done. So I'm not getting out and going and doing things as much as I used to. but yeah, Lee, to answer your question, it's so now that I have a renter, I can refinance my condo in Bothell, that's where the money's going to come from. So I can get this kind of loan, which I just learned about this. So after the 2008 crash, they put some new regulations in, and they said you can't do these risky loans on your primary residence, but you can do it on a secondary residence that's your rental residence. So now that I have a renter, I can qualify for this somewhat more risky loan. For me, I'm not concerned because it's a short-term loan in order to just get me through to sell the condo in a year or two, and it'll be fine for that. It would be a terrible, terrible long-term decision because I don't take in nearly enough rent to cover the mortgage of the loan. So I'm using the balance of the loan to pay the extra, which of course normally that wouldn't fly for a normal mortgage, but this is not a normal mortgage or refinance. So yeah, that's where the money's coming from, and then I'm going to pay cash for the house, which I'm in the final stages of getting that house. We have a signed agreement. It's the one in Oak Harbor I was looking at before. So Lee, you and I might be able to do some direct 2-meter, or at least through a repeater. From me being in Oak Harbor, it's worth giving a shot once I get up there, and we will. I have the inspection on Wednesday coming up, and that's really the last thing. No need for an appraisal because I'm paying cash, so no bank needs to know how much they think it's worth. It's just whatever I think it's worth. Really the last step in the process is getting the inspection. Well, that's the last step of that process. That I have to get the money from the loan, and then we can actually close. And my agent thinks we could close in a matter of a few days because it's an all-cash deal. So all of that is looking very smooth right now. You know what I'm waiting on is for the bank. We have to do inspection, but from my loan, they have to do an appraisal, and then I believe that's the last step for them, and then they will give me the money. But appraisals, it takes time to schedule them and get somebody out there to do it. So it'll be maybe a couple of weeks. It's hard to say, but I'm looking at early December, hopefully, to get in, or mid-December for sure. I think I should be in my Oak Harbor home. So it feels good to say that. Okay, I'm going to send it back. This is K9TQ.
K9TQ, thanks with that. And for an ID, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Let's go to Richard, K7ITX in Kent.
Okay, well, good. Real good, Bob. I'm really happy for you as things start to close in and you got your new digs. My big adventure in the last couple of days is I just purchased an electric car, a 2025 Ford Mustang Mach-E, fully electric, and not only that, it's got the self-driving feature as well, and Debbie did a test drive of that on the local freeway here, and it was pretty exciting to see her not holding the steering wheel as the car automatically would change lanes, signal, change lanes, slow down and speed up. Yeah, it was really awesome. So I I haven't driven it yet myself. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had a good reason to. I'm in the stages of getting an adapter for our outlet in the garage that's set up for 240 volts for a plug-in system. The actual nomenclature, it's a 14. No, we actually have a 1050P is the setup we have in the garage. It needs to be a 14-50R, and I'm getting the adapter from Amazon tomorrow. That's to do level 2 type charging. Level 1 charging is with just 110 volts. Level 2 charging is what I just described with 240 volts. 240 volts for 37 amps. And I just am lucky enough to have a 40 amp circuit dedicated to this one outlet in the garage. That was when the house was built 30 years ago. So it's just a matter of getting plugging in this adapter that marries up with the charging system to the car, and that way overnight charge will give you a range of I guess 30 to 60 miles. Right now it's good for 280 miles, so we're not going to be driving 280 miles anytime soon, so I'm not too worried about draining the battery at this point while we wait for me to get the charging figured out. So that's my adventure right now. With that, K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. Let's go to Covington to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, everyone. Let's see, Ron. Yeah, I saw you behind Dave as well, but I'm having a few problems receiving the television repeater tonight. It freezes from time to time, and then it's like it restarted a couple of times here. I don't know if someone's trying to do that intentionally or what, but I'll keep an eye on it anyway. Let's see, 61st wedding anniversary. Cheesecake, yummy. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. And a baggage handler. Now that is hard work, and it's one of these things where you have to go at like full speed. People want their bags. They want to turn the airplane around very quickly. It's hard work, and I think you probably don't get appreciated much in that job. But it's certainly steady work.
Node 5.
Lee, good to see you. Good to hear you.
6, 0.
Your picture froze on me a couple times, but I heard you just fine on 2 meters without any trouble. And when it was able, I heard you on the television repeater as well. And yeah, still not a whole lot of rain up in your neck of the woods, huh? Well, sorry about that. We're at least here in the Seattle area, we're supposed to get another batch of rain this week. Probably not as intense as it was, but rain still. So don't know if you're going to miss it, but at least there's no major problems with water right now up there. Bob, wow, week 9 or 10? Has it been that long? Oh, man, I feel for you. Yeah, when I moved here, they would not allow you to get a second mortgage on a primary residence. I guess I kind of understand that, but so you could get a piece of rental property and hock it. I don't know. Well, whatever. I'm glad it's working out for you. Anyway, inspection on Wednesday. Sounds like you're making good progress. I was a little worried about you for a while, but now, and hearing it's a smaller house, but all cash deal. That sounds really good. I hope all that goes smoothly. It hasn't been all that smooth yet, but hopefully you're on a downhill slide now, so good. I'll keep my fingers crossed until it's a done deal. And Dick, Mustang Mach-E, self-driving. Oh, you said it changes lanes? Wow. I'm not sure I'd want to be in a car that changes lanes while I'm sitting there. I don't know. I'd be a little bit afraid of that. Yeah, I don't know about some of these electric cars. I've rented a couple, which were not entirely electric. They had a battery and had a gasoline engine as well. And the darn things, just the batteries were not charged. And where I went to hotels or whatnot, there was no place to plug them in. So I don't know. But yeah, I think you need one of those fast charging units at the house there. That would be a good idea. So good luck with that. It sounds like you already lucked out by having the proper circuit that's necessary on your property. That's great. Good to hear, everyone. KD7ZYM, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Let's see if James is...
U7N in Northeast Bellevue.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Okay, testing. This is James, WU7N, coming in on OBS. And I'm transmitting the blind here. Century Link now has officially been renamed. You probably saw this in the news. Century Stink. No, not really. That's just what I call them now. Just over the past couple of weeks, my already bad telecommunications system just kept getting worse and worse. It went from, a scratchy phone line that was so bad, whenever it rained, it was really not very. But I could still make an outgoing call, maybe to 911 or. Then it got to a point where incoming calls, I couldn't receive the incoming calls. They would roll over to voicemail. So I told people, well, just start using my cell phone. And this was all of a sudden, throughout my internet speed, which is supposed to be 30 megabits per second, up to 5 megabits per second, email and, do the stuff we all are addicted to days. So then I thought, well, okay, they're going to fix this because over 18 months I've been having an ongoing issue. Basically, the cable and wires just rotting away. So then about a week ago, a little before I left on my California trip, I noticed I had no dial tone anymore. So I go, okay, the voice landline is completely, totally useless, but not to worry. There's still slow speed internet to get some business done. Well, last night I did a teleconference, and this morning I woke up and nothing works. Coincidence wouldn't work either. I could send and receive text messages, but couldn't do anything else with it, and that's AT&T. I'm not quite sure what was going on with my. I didn't see smoke or skid marks going up to the. Not sure what was going on there. But so anyway, I'm on cell phone only, which the OBS here I guess is still working. I cannot see you guys because I have no internet connection and don't have a receiver that will receive the 1.2 gig. I guess I'll have to up that up on the priority list. So anyway, let's see. What else was I going to say? Ron, cookies and goodies already. You're getting ahead of the rest of all of us. I noticed everyone seems to be putting up lights early this year too, so I've got to get my lights up here. I did not know we had a woman's ice team ball, but didn't know about ice hockey. Lee up in Port Angeles, a dry north up there. Well, here it's been, I can tell it's working. It's been pretty wet around here. And we're supposed to have rain all day tomorrow on Sunday too. Now, Bob, you're my hotspot expert. We may have to talk more on this because today I finally got the hotspot working with a computer and was carefully monitoring how the bits were flying by, and oh my goodness, that eats up the data so fast. One of the nice things about having more or less a normal internet is almost all of them don't care how much you use in terms of how much flies up and down the wire or whatever, but when you're on a hotspot, you really have to watch that, especially if you're on the cheapo phone service like I am. So maybe we'll talk more. Richard, congratulations on your electric car, a Mustang no less. Sounds exciting. I found the 800-mile almost it was nonstop. We didn't stop at all except to gas up and drain out. That was only made terrible luxury RAV4, and with beautiful seats, a drive assist very well, but the
Well, that went well. I'm not sure how much you guys get. 7N. I'm going to turn this back to Dave, our net control with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Take it away, Dave.
Oh my, James. The internet wasn't giving you what it really should have given.
Last volley. A little bit of a motorboat to your voice, but then it would clear up and then start up again like it was trying to receive packets. But anyway.
But we were able to copy just about everything you said.
Anyway,
Node 5.
Wow, he'll be moving into the Taj Mahal here pretty soon. I don't know what he's going to do with it.
Connected to node
After being cramped up.
5290.
Very small space.
Very small space, and then move up into a big wide space.
That's what happened.
That's what happened with me when I was single and moved on to a big house that was empty. It didn't take long. I kept buying things.
And filling up the house.
It's like if you got
fill it up. I don't know why. But anyway, I've been
trying to.
And my main thing I did this week was got about
4 Apple boxes.
I'm going to donate to Goodwill.
But it's only
I can't
believe I've accumulated
45.
so much in 45 years here in Lake City. So that's about what's happening.
46 degrees and cloudy, and
today
wasn't much sunlight. It just sort of
into darkness about 4 o'clock. So
winter is here. So I'm going to move it back up to Ron, KD7 QKU.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Dave. KD7QKU here. I have 50.7 degrees here. Usually I'm almost colder than you are, but tonight it's the other way around. Well, Bob, this the good news just keeps coming in on your house deal. So I've seen the pictures of your house. I looked it up, on the internet, and it's a beautiful little house. Yeah, I really like it. Beautiful neighbor, the houses around and everything. It's really nice. And Richard, your new car, you're going to have to take some pictures and send to us. All electric. Sounds like fun. Yeah, really. And you'll get it. You get it all hooked up so you can keep it charged. That's going to be good at home. You won't have to worry about charging at other places. Now, if it's like Dave's car, and I'm sure it is in a way, it shows you all the charging places around on the GPS or something. So you can always locate them if you need them. I know Dave's car did that, so that's pretty nice. What color is it? You didn't tell us the color of your car. And then, let's see, what else? I'm just trying to think. James, you have so much trouble with your internet over there. It's just, it's just disgusting. I don't know why they can't seemingly get that fixed for you. It's just terrible. And Jim, N7QL. So Eli's been working at the airport for about a I don't know if it's been a year. It's quite a while. He likes working in the night shift. He goes to work. I don't know when he goes to work. I want to say 3 o'clock or 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then he gets off about midnight. And then he's got all morning to play with his toys. He likes to buy and sell cars, and he's always working on cars and stuff. And so, anyway, he was talking a little bit about, I guess, when they have to balance the load in the airplane with the luggage. I never thought about that, but apparently they have to move the luggage around to balance. And of course, they have the dogs down there. So anyway, he's in the process of retraining for another position, and I don't know if it's doing the same thing, or I thought I heard him say something about a lead position, so I don't know. He's a really sharp young guy. He wants to be an airline pilot, and he's just waiting to get into school to do that. His grandparents live on the airport, and his folks have a hangar on the airport. They don't have a house on the airport. Their house is in Puyallup, but they own property on the airfield. I want to say Maple Heights or something. I can't say the name of the airport for some reason. My memory isn't so good anymore. So, I guess that's about it. Always nice to see you. Nice to see you, Lee. Sorry you're not getting more rain up there. We get more rain than you do, that's for sure. The last time we had rain, a couple of days, I had almost 3 inches. I had more than 2 3/4. I don't remember what it was. After a couple of days and it stops raining, then I always zero out my rain gauge and then start over again. So it was supposed to start raining tonight, so I zeroed it out to see what we get in the next storm that goes through. All right, back to Nick, KD7QKU.
KD7QKU, thanks with that. And get a quick ID here again. Amateur Television Society. The 08 machine, I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So let's move on to
Port Angeles to Lee.
See, what say you, Lee?
Well, I got a call sign and presumably some video here pretty quick. Yeah. Whoops. What's going on? Can you hear me if I'm talking? Oh, there we go. I presume everything's okay. N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Well, okay, Richard. Good on the car. I honestly didn't even know Mustang made an all electric vehicle, and I can imagine that that's a potent little machine. Well, it's not so little really, but I'll bet you it's got impressive performance. electric motors produce, well, they produce maximum torque at 0 RPM. So it's just unlike like an internal combustion engine or something like that. Anyway, pretty amazing. And Bob, good show in Oak Harbor. Well, I think you will be able to probably hit our W7FDL repeater on Striped Peak, which is just west of Port Angeles. We have people on our Thursday evening 2-meter net. We have some checker enters from Oak Harbor and Anacortes and LaConner and that area. They come in here pretty well, and I imagine you will. I checked my Google Earth. I put a tack where your house is. You know, when you were looking at it before, and so you're 40 miles by line of sight. Well, almost line of sight. Um, you were at 100 and some odd feet. I forget exactly what it was, but I did find a couple of spots that were like 240 feet between you, that is on the line of sight line. So uh, I can do a path profile, but I think you'll probably do just fine. We have a UHF repeater over in Squim now, the club does. It's called the Brigadoon machine. And then we have the W7FEL. It's a 676. And yeah, okay. I don't have a whole lot more. Let's see, James it is. You, when you were on, you look great. But I had so much choppiness. I lost audio. The picture would be there, and then the picture wouldn't be there. And then when the audio was there, it was great. When it wasn't, of course, everything was gone. And so generally, um, yeah, um, internet speed. I don't think I have an issue. Um, SpeedNet or speedtest.net reports that we're getting 300 megabits per second on most of the computers here in the house. And so in fact, I went over and took a look at Google Earth while my computer, and I've got the streaming going on from the video from Cougar, and then I was using a lot of internet, and it didn't seem to affect anything. So we're pretty fast here. Nothing else to add. I'm going to pull the plug now and go. Paula's got a movie. She's holding it for me when I'm done. So I will say good evening to you folks and catch you again the first opportunity. Everybody have a great, if I don't see you Wednesday night, have a great Thanksgiving. It's coming up fast. Boy, oh boy, this year's, boy, oh boy, just gone by so quick. Anyway, Dave, back to you. This is N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Go ahead, Dave.
N7KC.
Let's move on to Bob.
K9PQ.
Okay, well, I'll just echo what the others have been saying. James, your audio is choppy. I think I got 100% copy, but some was pretty difficult. If I understood you right, you are doing what I'm doing. You're using a hotspot for all of your internet right now. And if so, you're finding the same problem I had. I was not successful using OBS through the hotspot. It's just too hungry. It's just too much internet bandwidth. So I actually didn't do even Discord for a while, but this time I am using Discord, so at least I can see those that are on Discord. But I'm still only using the Echo Link, and I'm actually using Echolink directly on my phone, so I don't get the hotspot limit. I have a higher internet limit directly on my phone than as a hotspot. So I think that helps too. But this combination is working for me. So the Echolink on the phone and Discord on the computer through the hotspot. That's what I'm doing tonight, and it's working fine. Good luck to you. Yeah, that's a terrible position to be in, having to use a hotspot at home, and your landline going bad on you and all of that stuff. If I don't know what discount internet you're using or discount phone service you're using, but I switched to Visible and I'm very happy with it. So if you're having problems, you might want to try that one. Let's see what else. Just thanks for all the good thoughts and good wishes on everything here. I'm actually getting butterflies a little bit and getting a little antsy for this thing to all be done now that it's actually getting there. When nothing was happening, I was able to be, I surprised myself even. I was able to be just kind of stoic about it and say, well, when it happens, it happens. But now it is happening, and now that things are moving forward, I just really want it to be done. So it will be soon. It will be soon, and then I will be in the position where Dave, and I'm sure many of you are, which is having to get rid of all the excess junk I have because I'm moving into a much smaller place than where I was living before. My plan, I think I've mentioned this here on the air before, my plan is to move everything into my one-car garage and park my one car outside, which will give me a very strong incentive to get rid of all that stuff so I can park my car in the garage again. Because I just feel like if I rent a storage space, it'll just sit there forever. And the other thing about having it in the garage is it's right there at my home. It's much easier to get rid of it than having to make a trip to a storage space to figure out what to deal with and go from there. So anyway, that's the plan. We'll see. I don't know. I might, especially being winter, I might change my mind and get a storage space and park the car in the garage. We'll see. But that's my plan for right now. Very cool on the Mach-E, Richard. I heard so many good reviews on that car. I thought you were going to like it, and it sounded like you were kind of ready to buy it when you talked last time on the net. So it didn't surprise me you bought it. Yeah, whoever mentioned about the changing lanes and speeding up and slowing down, that would freak me out too. I am not convinced with self-driving. I mean, I've never been in a car that does self-driving, but I'm going to have to be convinced in order to get on board with that. All right. Well, great to see everybody in tonight. I'll send it back to Net Control. This is K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for that. Let's go on to Richard, who has a new chick magnet. What say you, Richard?
Well, it's actually Debbie's car, if you want to really know the truth. I'm going to stick with my 20-year-old 2015 F-150. Oh, wait, is that 20 years? 15? Oh, it's 2005 F-150. What am I saying? Yeah, it is 20 years. There's no doubt about it. It's got about 145,000 miles on it, but it just runs perfect. Just puts along. I'm not going on any long trips with it. If we go on any long trips, it would be with Debbie's car. That's for sure. So anyway, Ron, it's white. That's the color she likes. She says that a white car has a better chance of not having an accident and less chance of getting pulled over by the police. So that's what she needs to worry about that. But I don't know. she might have a lead foot that I don't know about, or maybe I do, and that's why I'm scared to death sometimes when I'm riding with her. But she did a great job, and I thought my first experience in the Mustang Mach-E was with an Uber driver about 2 weeks ago, and I just instantly fell in love with the car. Instantly. It is so smooth and quiet. It's just crazy nice. So, you know, and the thing I like about it is right off the bat is you can warm the car, turn the car on. You can turn the car on and warm it up in the garage, and so when you come out and get in the car, it's already up to just room temperature, which is good for the car. And being that it's an electric car, it doesn't hurt for it to be on inside an open, closed space. You know, you don't have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning or anything like that. So, and the battery wants to be warm. So it's I think the garage situation is going to be real good for it. And yeah, again, I think I'm pretty fortunate to have a dedicated circuit right next to the car. So I may or may not be calling an electrician, but I don't think so, because I think when I get the oh God, what do you call it? Anyway, the plug-in to the welding outlet that converts it to what the car plugs into. I think that'll be just fine, and that's what a lot of people do. So it's not like I'm blazing any trails. So, but if I need an electrician, I'll get one. So with that, K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks with that. Let's go pick up Jim, N7QO in Covington.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, Jim, yeah, echoing what everyone else said, good to hear you and see you, but you were pretty intermittent from my location. And let's see, Ron, yeah, I heard it was going to rain tonight as well, so I spent a couple hours today outside with a leaf blower. I had to clean my driveway and my sidewalk and another little pathway alongside the house and part of the street. I actually ran out of daylight. I should have started about half an hour earlier, but it was an awfully gloomy day, and my wife and I were occupied doing other things most of the day, but then I had this thought that I better go out and try to move some of these needles around and a few hardwood leaves as well before the rains fell. So I did that. Lee, I heard you check out. Good night. Thanks for checking in. Dick, white car. Yeah, I have a neighbor who lost one eye due to cancer in his other eye. And he said it's really difficult for him to see dark-colored vehicles. He said it helps with the newer cars that have their headlights turned on or something like that, but he says all cars should be either white or yellow. It's difficult for him to see darker cars coming at him normally, but he does have only one eye, and he just turned 90 last month, but he's still driving, still getting around pretty well. Yeah, something to be said for a white car. and whoever commented on warming up the car in the garage. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, I think Dave was saying something about sitting in his Nissan Leaf and running the air conditioning during some unusually warm days. I think that's a great idea. That's almost incentive to buy an electric vehicle. But I don't know. I can only afford a couple of cars here, and I'm sure I'll have an electric vehicle one of these days, but not quite now, anyway. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, thanks for that. Get a quick ID here again. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the 08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Well, let's try James again. WU7N in Northeast Bellevue.
Well, thank you, Dave. This is James, WU7N. Well, one way or another, since it's gobbling up precious cellular data, I guess I won't even try OBS this time. I'll just use the radio. Just a correction. I was using my hotspot today because there's just a couple business things I had to get done, and I've never had to be aware of data with my cellular plan because when I'm at home, I have a phone that even makes telephone calls. It'll try to see if there's a Wi-Fi available, and it will try to make the cellular call via Wi-Fi if there's one available. And when you're sitting at home, there's always one available. So that worked really well. And so likewise, I don't know. I'll have to look, figure this out. But I don't know if OBS, when I had a Wi-Fi with home-based internet, even if it was very slow, it's certainly faster, I think, than what you're going to get out of any cellular connection to a cell tower, is my guess. So I don't honestly know. But that accounts for why OBS really wasn't working when I think it's worked in the past fairly well. Any comments on that would be appreciated. And let's see, also, so tomorrow, I guess it'll be a big test. I have a teleconference that typically lasts about an hour. Even if I turn my camera off, I'm wondering how fast the cellular data will be gobbled up on Teams, on the computer using my cell phone as the connection point. I think I looked today, and if I'm not mistaken, I have something like 8.5 gigabytes of data on my account right now, and it resets end of day on November 22nd. So I've never had to be aware of this kind of thing. I'm interested also in anyone hears about this through-the-air Wi-Fi. There's at least two companies offering that now, wireless, or I should say wireless internet. And so you're going through the air to get what most people are getting either through a piece of coax cable, the most common, Comcast, or via a twisted pair, which I guess works, or via fiber, which works incredibly well, like what Dave has. I guess your other option is satellite. So, I'll have to speak with someone who got a ground station for Elon Musk's constellation up there. I think it was pretty steep to buy the ground station. I don't know how much he pays monthly and how much data he actually gets or what the speeds are. I'll have to go to the library to surf the web to try and get all this data, but I think I need to do something. Okay, well, let's see. It's about 6 minutes till, so let's see who else we can get on here before we wrap it up at the top of the hour. This is James, WU7N in Northeast Bellevue. Take it away, Dave.
WU7N, thanks with that information. Yeah, Starlink.
That you can use in the future. There's some systems that you can get.
Something that actually
connects to 5G and then
connects to
whatever you have in your system.
That might be
get into. I don't know what what the expense is on either one of those items. But boy, you certainly seem to be in a dark area.
Dark area over there.
This internet connections. About that. Well, anyway, it's been great doing the net this evening, and Ron, boy, already
starting in on the
holiday goodies. Probably be 10 pounds heavier.
By this time next month. Anyway, with all of the goodies that and leave light rain. Oh my gosh. Hopefully it's going to get better, and I hope he's enjoying the movie.
And Ron being able to
get into a bigger living space is going to be a wonderful thing for him to be able to.
And for Richard,
boy,
use of a nice electric car. Thing. And it certainly looked like a beauty that you transmitted out. The white body looked great. Many cars were white, and always felt that was a lot safer on the road because you could see them better. So anyway, that was good. And for Jim, hang in there. Everything's going to work out. And get along with everything that's going. But it was interesting when you were talking about the baggage handlers. Story once on television about the baggage handlers inside the planes. It seemed like if you were a 3-foot 2-inch, you could really get around to move the luggage inside the aircraft. It is a slow, packed area. I mean, low, compact area to put all that luggage into. And that's about what I've got to say here from Lake City. So I'm going to move it back up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, this is Ron, KD7QK. Thanks, Dave, over here in North Tacoma. So I have a little bit of show and tell. So you can hear me okay, I assume. So I don't know how long it's been going on, but I sleep on my right side, and my right ear gets sore. It gets inflamed, and it gets sore enough that I want to put, first aid cream and stuff on it. There's kind of a little crevice down in here, and it gets a little crusty or scabby, I don't know. But anyway, it's been going on for quite a while, and we were having lunch the other day, and I was complaining. I said, my ear is sore again. And Joanne said, I think you need to go to the dermatologist. She said, you might be getting skin cancer. So I called them, and I got right in the next day or so. And the lady said, no, I don't think you have skin cancer, but I'll take, some biopsies. So she'd taken 3 little biopsies and stuff. But she said, that's a common problem. She said that people that sleep on their right side, that it bothers their ear. And so she said the best solution is to get a new pillow.
5B connected to node 5 6 4.
You get a pillow with a
6,
hole in it.
0.
So your ear goes in the hole. And I just got it yesterday. She said that you can get them on Amazon. And my goodness, they just had tons of them on Amazon, and the majority of them are real cheap. I think I paid $13.95 for this one. And so I slept on it last night for the first time. So we'll see how it works out. But she said, yeah, that's the cartilage and skin and stuff is so thin, and your head's heavy, and it irritates your ear. And once you get it irritated, it just keeps irritating it. So we'll see how that works out. So I hope that's a solution to the problem. Of course, I hope whatever you call it that she taken come back negative, which I'm sure they will. So anyway, that's my show and tell for the night. So if anybody else has that problem, I don't know. Maybe I have larger ears. I don't know than most people, but I never, for many, many years, I never had a problem. It's just been the last probably year or 6 months. So anyway, all right. So good night, everybody. 73s, and we'll see you, I suppose, Wednesday. Oh, Yeah, we'll talk before Thanksgiving. Okay. Good night. KD7QKU.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m.
And 9 p.m. it is.
Washington Amateur Television Society.
290.
08 machine. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So we'll terminate the net at 9 o'clock. On behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Good evening, all.
Node 3670028 disconnected.
That pillow with the hole in it looked pretty good. I have a problem with my right ear. I end up with liquid if I sleep on my right ear. And it's just a little moist. Just a little pressure on the back of the ear. It's like water in the ear. But
I think for 95 for this one, I don't know why, but I think I did.
well, anyway, that looked like it. So how's that hot rod? How's that hot rod working of yours?
I really like driving it. Man, I'm telling you, it really goes around corners. It's low to the ground, and it doesn't lean or sway. It just. Yes, it's a little wider. It's a kind of a tight. Jeep Liberty is really close to the wall, and you can't get into the passenger. The Corvette ought to have to do the same thing.
The Corvette.
Same way, you'd only be able to. And then Joanne, it would be a big deal because.
Oh well.
So if I want to drive the Jeep Cherokee out front, if I can get in the driver's door, then I can.
Well, anyway.
My son had the thing he bought, a Bullet Mustang. They had that movie, about Bullet, and it was a green Mustang. Mustang, they were numbered, and I don't know how many of them they made. Couldn't believe he sold it. Guy from Melinda, he said he was about 50 years old, a real nice. I suggested he buy a Corvette, but I don't know if this